This is quite an unusual tape recorder because of its similarities to the AEG magnetophone K-4. The only differences between the top main tape recorder part is that this small meter here, and instead of these buttons being round, on this machine they're square. This Philips EL-3505 tape recorder is probably one of the very first Philips reel-to-reels to be produced. The recorded date's around about 1950, although the AEG's K-4 dates 1937, the valves inside this machine show that it's a lot later than that. The similarities of the head blocks between the K-4 AEG and this Philips tape recorder are almost identical. There are a few small differences though. For instance, you've got a function here for lifting the tape up and off the heads, for when doing rewinding and fast forwarding to save head wear. You've also got this lever here. When pressed up, what it does is it takes the tape away from the erase head so that you can do sound on sound. As you can see from the top, when you press this lever up, it takes the tape away from the heads. It's catching on the metalwork, so I can't push it all the way, but it'll take the tapes clean away from the heads. But this one just takes it away from the erase head, allowing you to do sound on sound. Something that the AEG machines didn't have is this. On the AEG machines there was a switch for the speed control. Well, this control here is a stroboscope designed to strobe with the flickering of the normal light. The idea is that you can check to make sure the machine is running at the right speed, either 15 inches or 30 inches a second. The pinch roller is exactly the same as all the AEG machines, but one of the noticeable differences is a small meter here indicating HF. Not quite sure what that is, but I think it's something to do with the biasing of the tape. Just like the AEG machines, you have the buttons halt for stop, your play button, your record button, and your spool button. When that's pressed, you use this control here to tell it how fast you want it changing in either directions. This function on the Pro machines of Philips's was continuously used, this sort of shuttle control. The amplifier is designed to be left in a single state. What I mean by that is that you've got output control levels for the 30 inches a second or 76.2 centimeters, and the 15 inches a second, 38.1 centimeters a second. These controls they didn't want the operator to use, just wanted to be able to record on it, and all of these to be set as they should be from the recording studio. What you would need is a key, like this one, which would then fit inside the notch, locate itself onto two small pillars on the main rotor inside there, and allow you to then change the settings, but not allow anybody else to change the settings, so that there's no accidental mismatch in setups from this machine to the rest of the machines used for dubbing or editing. The tape is held on these discs. They're either called platters or pancakes. Basically, the first machines didn't have spools. This way was a lot more cost effective. You didn't have to have metal discs with the reels, and because of that was used for a lot longer after, once reels actually came out. This centre here, the AEG DIN in English, but the Germans call this the bobby or the bobby halter. This design here again stayed along and was used until very recently, until the analog gear went out. It was not as popular as the NAB or Cine centres. It's a little bit difficult to see in this light in this picture, but this disc isn't flat. It's got a roughened texture to it. At first, when I saw this, I thought that this was possibly something somebody else had made at home, but I've seen other pictures that show that this is actually how they came. It's very unusual for it to have a non-flattened material, so I don't know why, whether or not there's some sort of advantage of having some sort of a texture to it or not. Here we have a control here marked up NF, HF and L, which would relate back to the small meter up here. Not sure really what that's for yet. I haven't found any information on it. Here we've got two small indicators, one that says 38 and one that says 76, showing which speed the machine is running at that particular time. Then you have your main on-off switch. This machine isn't running at the moment, unfortunately. I've only just got it and I need to power it up via a variac to make sure that I don't blow any of the capacitors or anything like that on there. It needs to go through a sort of like warm-up stage before the machine is attempted to be used. The tape path on this machine is a little bit elaborate, similar to the EMI TR50s, TR51s, TR52s, where the tape doubles back on itself onto this roller. So you've got it from this main roller here and then back onto itself and back. I assume that this is the way the tape's going to go. On the EMI stuff, the tape goes the opposite way around the reel in what's called B-wrap. But I haven't powered up the machine yet to see whether or not this actually happens on this machine, which I very much doubt. We've got a hum shield here that goes over the heads to reduce any kind of background and surrounding hum noises. I believe this should be a splicing block here, but there isn't one on this machine.